Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate, even in recession, so you'd never ever have to work a job again. And today, we're going to be talking about how you can invest in a recession and how you can make so much more money than most people would be losing money. Losing their jobs, sadly, it's going to be bad for a lot of people, but for us as investors, if we know what we're doing, we're going to make even more money. We're going to show you how to do that today. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here's your host, Dustin Heiner.
Hey, what's up, guys? Super pumped, as always, to have you here with me on the show. I really just enjoy having you here and sharing with you. And in fact, Master Passive Income, like the podcast, is getting a lot more people listening to it. I'm so encouraged to see that so many people want to invest, and they're realizing that right now is the best time to really learn how to invest and start investing. And right now, we're getting so many more people downloading the show and listening to it. And hopefully, you're all getting encouraged that I'll say this, the recession is not going to be good for a lot of people. And back in 2008, when there was a recession, a lot of people really, really got hurt. And in this next recession that we're seeing coming, I mean, it's easily going to come. We know, with inflation being so high, interest rates going up, economy's not looking really good, and banks are laying off entire mortgage officer divisions, and they're people that do the mortgages. They're laying them off because they see what's coming. I remember the episode that I talked about Jamie Dimon, the CEO of Chase. He is saying there's an economic hurricane coming. It's going to be really, really bad. A lot of very smart people, much smarter than me, are saying it's going to be really, really bad. We don't necessarily see it yet. Like right now, as I'm recording this right now, it's literally, August, middle August, and we don't see it yet. It's not really affecting us. They haven't stopped spending money. They're still spending money. But man, I remember back in 2008, when it really happened, people halted on all their spending money because they're like, man, I got to hold on to this money. And so we're not necessarily where it affects us yet, or we don't see it. But at the same time, it's absolutely here. And I, as an investor, I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. When I started investing back in 2006, I was buying properties all through the run-up. As prices went up, we invest out of state. That's what we do as investors. We go and build businesses in the good areas that make us a lot of money in passive income. And what I did, as I was investing in 2008, I didn't have enough money. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know that there were over 15 different ways to get financing. I thought I just had to save money and get a loan. But it's not all that. There's so many other ways out there. And since then, I've learned and implemented those things in my business. So I get much more financing, many more properties. I get so much more now because of all my experience. And this is the reason why we're putting out these series. Charles and I, we were talking and said, hey, we're getting so many questions about how to invest in a recession. And Charles had a fantastic idea and said, hey, why don't we put together an entire series on a recession and how to invest in recession, everything about financing and finding properties, analyzing properties. I said, Charles, dude, that's an amazing idea. Let's go ahead and do it. And so today we're going to be talking about how to make money in a recession and how not to lose money, how not to do the wrong way of investing, which back in 2008, I saw so many other investors, like countless investors, literally went bankrupt. And there's an old saying, it's called living high on the hog. And when you're living high on the hog, you're eating the better portions of the meat because you have more money. And back in 2008, people were, oh man, I'm driving this Lamborghini. I'm flying on my blah, 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 blah. I'm doing all this great stuff with all the money that I have in real estate. And it was all just built up on lots and lots and lots of debt, built up on over leveraging, which means getting more than they should debt for properties. Don't get me wrong. I love getting debt or using leverage to buy properties, but I use it to get passive income. They were saying, my properties have appreciated 20, 30, 40, 50%. I'm just making so much more money. But when the recession hit, their values of their homes just crashed and they were hurting really, really bad. And I'm getting a little bit into what I want to talk about today, but all this is to say that I am super excited about what we can do as investors. In fact, I'm so much more excited about investing now than I have in the last 2 or 3 years. Like, in 2020, people were thinking, man, if you would have bought a house in 2019 and you had it now, it appreciated like 50% in 1 or 2, 3 years. I'm like, that doesn't matter. It's all just what somebody is willing to pay for it, and that'll go away. I've seen it happen. It literally will happen again. But what does matter is that we invest for passive income. We invest for cash flow. Because remember, we're creating a business here that makes us money every single month. That's how we put a roof over our heads. That's how we feed our children. That's how we take care of our families. If you had a business where you sold candy bars for $1 and you bought it for 50 cents and you knew it cost you 25 cents to actually sell it, like overhead, employees, electricity, all that good stuff. Well, that's 75 cents total out of your pocket. You need to make 25 cents from that one candy bar. But if you knew that you could only buy it for $1 and then you have to sell it for $1 and then you have to have 25 cents on top of that, so you're paying $1.25 for the candy bar and you only can sell it for $1, you're not going to buy that candy bar. You're not going to try to sell that. That's not a good business. That's a bad business. You're going to lose money all the time. Same thing with real estate investing. We make sure we're making money all the time because this is a business and our business owns inventory. Because you'll hear me say this all the time. We build the business first. And with that, the recession that right now we're in, if you learn how to invest in a recession, if you learn how to get financing, how to analyze deals properly, how to get deals, how to do all this stuff that we are doing in our investing during a recession series, if you learn all this, then you're going to be so much better prepared than anybody, not say anybody, but most people, because most people think, oh, it's appreciation and blah, blah, blah. No, what we do, actually, what I'm teaching you now, or at least what I'm talking about, is what I'm doing, what I've learned back in 2006 through the crash in 2008 and 9. Everything that I learned from back then, I'm implementing into my business now. And honestly, I've been doing it for the last, 5 or 6 years. I've been thinking, remember, I thought back in 2017, there was going to be some turmoil, but it never came. And it looks like it's literally knocking on the door now. People just haven't realized it yet. And so I have implemented all this into my business so I can literally explode my business when there is a buyer's market, when there's a recession. And this is what I'm telling you right now. Right now is the best time. Like if you're waiting for a time to invest, this is it. This is absolutely it. And on top of that, not just the time to invest, like you putting the money in there is one big thing, but learning how to do it right. That takes so much more effort than buying a property. I had to learn through the school of hard knocks. There was no podcast. There was no nothing when I first started investing. No YouTube channel. I don't know if YouTube was around when I first got started. It might have been. No, I think it probably was. Anyways, I'm rambling. But the ability to learn now, if you just listen to my podcast, I got so many people that invest in real estate now just from listening to the podcast, from what I'm sharing. Now, if you want more coaching, if you want my course and my coaching, you want my time, then you go and get everything that I have. Go to masterpassiveincome.com. And remember, I have my free course. I always share it, but I want you to get my free course. Text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll literally give it to you for free. You also go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. I want to give it to you because I've found the more people that I help to invest in real estate, the better my life gets and the better their lives get. And when we all have really good, well, I guess any neighborhood has good landlords that take care of their properties, take care of their tenants, then society gets better as well. And we make money on these properties because sadly, in a recession, there's going to be a lot of people that lose their job and then lose their properties. They didn't know what you know now. You are so ready for this next recession to invest, and I'm going to be there with you all through this time. I'm going to be telling you what I see. We're going to be giving market updates. Charles and I will give those as well. But honestly, I want you to be as excited as I am, because if there's ever a time in the history of our lifetime, not the history of the world, but like in the history of our lifetime, now is one of the best time to start investing, especially learning. If you don't know how to invest, you don't invest. My suggestion is if you don't know how to invest, don't invest. You're going to lose your money. That's how I buy lots of properties off people who didn't know what they were doing, thought they did it right and did it wrong. So I bought it off them. Now, I want you to learn how to invest properly, building the business first, getting the experts, the right people on the ground who are in that area to do the business, run the business for you so you can go and live the dream life, literally doing whatever you want without working. Now, I will literally never need a job again because all my real estate literally makes me money. And in the recession, I make more money in the recession, where other people went bankrupt back in 2008. I made more money because I had so much more rent coming in because there were so many more renters. Oh my goodness. I mean, I could keep going on and on. You need to start investing. Like, this is the biggest thing. I'm so pumped up, I guess. Is really what it comes down to. I'm excited, and I'm trying to help you to understand this is going to be the best time to invest in real estate. And today we're going to talk about how to invest during a recession. And I want to pause for a quick second and share that honestly, I really want you to invest in real estate. My new goal in my life, my first goal was to quit my job in 10 years, and I did that, accomplished that at 37. Now my new goal is to help 1 million people invest in real estate. So 2 things I would ask from you. Number 1, if you get anything out of this episode, please share it with somebody else. Just say, hey, check out Dustin and Master Passive Income. He really wants to help 1 million people to invest in real estate. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to get you to invest in real estate. Get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll literally give you my course, show you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to build the business first. I always talk about that, and how to find the right properties, how to make sure you're getting experts to do the work for you, and scale the business to where you're making $250 or more in passive income. Scale it to quit your job. I'll literally get it to you, or go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Obviously, it'll be in the description, but I really, really want you to invest in real estate, because the more that actual normal everyday people own real estate that are good landlords, the better everybody's life gets. We also see right now that inflation is literally above 10%. I mean, the government used to tell us like a year ago, oh, inflation, there's no inflation. And then they started saying inflation was transitory. That means that inflation is coming and going. Like, it's really not here. It's kind of going to come for a little while, then go away. And then they started saying, okay, you caught us. Inflation is actually like 3%. And then a month later, oh, well, we were wrong. It's now 5%. Well, now they're saying it's like 8, almost even 10%. I believe it's probably even more than that. I just saw an article that was written about Zillow. Zillow was talking to a lot of millennials and buying homes. And one thing about millennials, apparently they were crying that it's hard to buy property. Well, not for us investors. It's not hard for us investors to buy property. I'm like, millennials, come on, get it together. Get it together. Like, I'm glad I'm not actual millennial. I'm like right at the cusp of millennial. But I was like, get it together. It's not that hard to buy property. Now, you need to learn how to do it. It's not easy. I mean, it's simple. You can do it. But anyways, what happened was they said that the millennials were crying because it's so hard to buy real estate as a home. And on top of that, prices in overall in the entire real estate market in the United States have gone up 35%. Can you believe that? 35% in 1 year, it has gone up. I know, like, the only time that's happened before that I've seen is in 2008 with the last market crash. So I'm kind of pairing that up with what Jamie Dimon said, that there's probably going to be some storms brewing, and then he revised that. He said it's going to be a hurricane instead of just a storm. And so when you're looking at, okay, there's a storm and then a hurricane. Prices have gone up 35% in the last year. That's not looking good. Inflation at 10% or more. Then we also see that the government has been printing $80 billion a month, not just like in general, a month ever since I think it was like 2010. They've been printing money, pumping that into the system. We also see gas prices literally reaching 7, 8, 9, almost $10 a gallon. You might be thinking, well, just a year and a half, it was like $1.89. But now all of a sudden it's like $10 a gallon. Well, it seems like there's going to be something coming for the economy, not just the real estate market. Now, interest rates has also gone up dramatically compared to the 0% interest rates. I was talking to a friend at church today, and he said he has his interest rate for his personal residence at 2.5%. I have students now getting interest rates for investment homes at 5.5%, 6.5%. Like they're going up and up and up. Now, here's what I'm seeing in the entire real estate market, entire the economy. Just like I was telling you, from interest rates going up to inflation, with a major CEO of a major company, Jamie Dimon, he was there through the 2008 crash. He saw all that. And he is saying that there's going to be a hurricane. It might be a big one, it might be a small one, but he's seeing in 2022 that there's going to be some things that Chase Bank is actually getting ready for a big economic downturn. Well, if that's happening, is that good for investors or is that bad for investors? Now, I'll tell you, when it's bad, is not for us as investors. Here at Master Passive Income, we buy and hold long-term rental properties. We get Airbnbs. We get mid-term rental properties where people stay in for like 6 months, like traveling nurses. We buy all these types of rental properties that are going to last us long-term. We're not investing for appreciation. The people who will get burnt, the people that will get destroyed in this economy are the ones that are investing for appreciation, but not us. We don't do that. But the people that invest for appreciation, they're the ones that say, I'm going to buy this house like right now, I live in Phoenix, and the prices have skyrocketed. The house that I have, that's a rental property, I'm currently living in it, it's 1,250 square feet. They're telling me I could sell it for $450,000. I'm like, this house is not worth $450,000. And on top of that, I wouldn't buy this house for $450,000. Then you look at interest rates going up. That means prices have to come down because people only have, let's say, $2,000 a month in order to pay for either mortgage or a rent. Well, that $2,000 a month doesn't increase with inflation. It doesn't increase when your interest rates go up. No, what does have to change, though, is the price of the home must come down because that $2,000 doesn't go very far when the interest rate is 5 to 6%. So what happens is prices are going to come down. As investors, we're looking at this as a buying opportunity in the future. So it's going to be bad for people who aren't prepared. But for people like us who are prepared, who are long-term buy and hold or short-term, basically we have rental properties that make us money. We do not invest for appreciation. We are going to do fine, or we're going to do well through this economy. I started investing back in 2006. That was before the market crashed. And then the market crashed in 2008. I still made money and passive income from every single property. And in just a minute, I'm going to show you how you can capitalize on this market downturn, where this storm, this hurricane that's brewing. I'm going to show you how you can capitalize, how you can make money, because Warren Buffett said, well, when people are buying, you better be selling. When people are selling, you better be buying. Like when there's blood in the streets, and metaphorically speaking, but when there's blood in the streets and everybody's panicking, that's when us as investors, that's when we are excited because we start making money. Now, it's sad, it's a bummer for everybody else, but we are prepared. And we as investors start seeing that there's economy brewing, that there's going to be bad. We actually get excited. See, I thought that the economy could potentially turn down back in 2017, 2018. Boy, was I wrong. If I would have stopped investing then, I would not have made money like I am now. Or if I would have stopped teaching my students how to invest in real estate, they wouldn't be buying their properties. They wouldn't be retiring or quitting their job early like they are. So no matter when the market does change, we are always going to be ready to make money, whether the market goes up, the market goes down, the market goes sideways. And here is how we do that. How we make money every single month, and no matter if the market goes up, down, or sideways, is in passive income. Now, it's really, really simple. Whether you're doing short-term properties, mid-term, which is like 6 months, as traveling nurses type things, or long-term properties where there are year-long leases or longer, we make money in passive income. It's super simple. All we do is we count up all of our expenses. We literally add them up. And then we figure out how much we could rent it for every single month. If it's a short-term property, we add up all of those days that we could rent it for. If it's midterm, we do the same thing. If it's long-term, we just figure out what our monthly rent is. And then we subtract the monthly rent from our expenses. That difference is our passive income. Now, there were lots and lots of people back in 2008 lots of investors that actually lost everything. They went bankrupt. I've talked to so many other investors who went bankrupt. And in 2008 and 9, the ones that actually went bankrupt, they were the ones that were investing for appreciation, or they were buying homes hoping to have the value go up, and then it didn't go up, and then the market crashed, and then they lost all their money. They went bankrupt. I bought properties in 2006, 2007, 2008 before that crash, and I still made money every single month in passive income, and I still own those properties, and I will literally give these properties to my kids. They will be the ones that are going to benefit from this in the future. This is generational wealth that I am building. And so what we do is we do not invest for appreciation. We make sure we could rent the property, and you'll hear me say this all the time. We build the business first. Before you buy any rental properties, we build the business so that the business runs itself. I don't work, like you probably have heard of the 4-Hour Work Week book. I don't like working 4 hours a week. In fact, I think working 4 hours a week is for suckers. I only work 30 minutes a month. And that's just by looking at the property management statements, making sure everything looks good, then setting aside and saying, hey, everything's good, go back to playing with my kids, doing whatever I want. And so when you're investing for cash flow, when you're investing for passive income, we're seeing these signs in the market right now as a very good thing because prices are going to come down. Now, sadly, people are going to lose their homes. They did. Now, that is inevitable. It is inevitable to happen. People who are not prepared. Now, us, real estate investors, we need to be prepared right now, even though it might come in like 6 months or a year from now, this, hurricane that Jamie Dimon is saying, even though that's going to happen, future, we need to be prepared now because if you're not ready to buy a house now, financially, if you don't have the knowledge how to do it, you don't know where you're going to do it, you don't have the business built, if you are not ready to buy real estate, when the market does crash, when the market does correct, or whatever it's going to do, this hurricane that's going to come, if you're not ready, you're not going to be able to capitalize on it. See, now, I and my students here at Master Passive Income have been ready for years for something like this. I am looking forward to another 2008 real estate market crash. Now, not in a sense like people are going to get hurt and everything. It's going to be really, really rough if it's as bad as they say it's going to be. But what we're going to do is, as best as we can, we're going to capitalize on that. And we're not going to be like vultures. What we're going to do is we're going to buy good houses. We're going to make sure we rent them for a fair market rent. And I suggest just a little bit lower so we keep good tenants in there that want to continually pay. Because what happens when somebody loses their home, they can't pay their mortgage, the foreclosure happens, they become renters. Prices don't come down when there's economy problems. Prices go up because there's more renters. And so what we do here at Master Passive Income, we buy rental properties, short-term, mid-term, and long-term. I personally suggest you have 80%, this is how I have my portfolio, 80% of my properties in long-term. That is where I can count on the money coming in, where my family's being fed, roof is overhead, and everything is, all the lights are on. And then 20% would be short-term, where I make more money in the short term because you make more money with short-term like Airbnb type properties. And we have the steady income in the long term, and we have the speculation or like the much more fancy way or like more money that you can make from the short term. We do them both. And at the same time, we're protected. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to start investing in real estate. In fact, before that, you need to get my real estate investing course. Get it completely for free. Then if you need coaching, I'm literally there for you. I do one-on-one coaching. Actually, I'll take that back. I'm going to be stepping out of doing one-on-one coaching because it's taken so much of my time. I have so many students right now that I'm coaching that I have to step back. And we also have the group coaching. That's where I'm going to start doing much more group coaching. And I'm going to be doing a mastermind group coaching, the next level. So we have the Real Estate Wealth Builders membership. That's where everybody can get in. But we're going to have the next level membership where anybody who is going to scale their business where they can quit their job, want to make even more money, scale to 6 and 7 figures. That's the new group coaching that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be helping a tight-knit mastermind. We're going to be working together so that they can scale their business, so they can quit their job even faster and grow even more generational wealth. So you guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to see you succeed in this next economic downturn. And that is it for today. Go ahead and get my free real estate investing course. Text the word rental to 33777. RENTAL to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders group coaching, get all my courses. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next show. See ya.